Hello everyone and welcome to episode 11 of the Operation Pontus campaign for the A-18 and DCS world, where this time I'm going to be going on a strike mission. Got a strike mission to take out a bridge, and so I've got 4 JSOWs to help me with that, along with a GBU-10 laser-guided 2,000-pound bomb, and a harm missile just in case there are any enemy ground assets that are going to try and take us down. For the other wings, Fish is assigned to close air patrol in Charlie sector. Pickle is close air support in Alpha sector. Hooter, since we've taken over the strike role, is being assigned to a CAS attack, as is Trimmer. So really trying to double down to as much ground attack as we can. Also, following some feedback from the last episode, I'm going to be trying to make this one a little bit longer, showing more of the build-up to each engagement rather than cutting it right down to just the literal firing and so on. So let me know what you think of that. If you think this is an improvement, I'll keep it going. If you'd prefer going back to the old, very cut-down version, I can absolutely do that. Either way, let's jump into it.
What are you planning to do after this deployment, sir? I am thinking to retire, of course. Come on, sir. You're still young. What are you really planning to do? I told you, Lieutenant, I want to retire and have a Runch back at home. You sure don't look like a cowboy, sir. You don't have to look in order to be one, Lieutenant. What happened to you? All of a sudden, you've become talkative. I'm just nervous, that's all. As I have told you, Lieutenant, up here, you don't have the time to become nervous. When things turn south, you won't even have the time to think. You're right, sir. I'm sorry. Don't be sorry. When you feel nervous up here, try to focus on the thing. That is the mission.
Well, that was the entirely well-written and performed dialogue that it randomly generates each takeoff. Normally I skip those for you, but I thought I'd just include it on this one just for fun. So anyway, I've targeted the bridge ahead is where the strike coordinates were. Decided to line up on the left-hand side of the bridge there, so just in case the bomb misses, it will still impact the ground and hopefully detonate and explode up and destroy the bridge. The way just closing on the target, you can see the release counter starting to tick down on the HUD. Got 5 seconds away here. So the bar drops down, press and hold weapon release. And there we go, and that was one of the GBU-10 bombs that I dropped there. We are getting pings at this point from incoming MiG-29s. They are still 50 miles away, so I'm not too concerned about them. It's currently set up to auto-laze, so there it goes, starting its lasing. It's adjusting a little bit because I believe it is trying to track on the ground, not on the bridge. There we go. Nice, easy, direct hit, and killer infantryman. Now, a little bit weird, there were a load of trucks on the bridge. They all just turned off and drove into the river, which is a fair bit. But before I can really do anything about them, the enemy contacts start to get considerably closer, and so I turn to engage. You can see them there. They're on the RWRs, MiG-29s. Get a lock on lead aircraft there. At this point, other flights are engaging. So I believe Pickle and Fish's flight might be engaging at this point. Got a decent lock. Just debating whether or not at this point to send in my wingman. In the end I decide to, since we are getting rather close. Temporarily lose lock, manage to reacquire. The targets that number 2 is picking out are on the ground.
Way to go, Ford 1-1.
And there we go on the left, you can see Ford 1-1, that's Pickle, takes down his first target. I'm still tracking this one. There you can see the bursters he's taken out. Again by Pickle's flight. Still do see one contact on the radar, so try and get a lock on him.
Nice shot, Ford.
Managed to acquire the other targets down low here. I am out of weapons range since he is beam to me at this point, but there he goes, another hit. And actually all 3 of those were from Pickle's flight. So now I turn back towards the target. I've still got my JSOWs. Instead of putting in the coordinates, I decided that I was going to have a play around using the targeting pod to put in the JSOW coordinates. So I'm lining up. I don't really have much distance at this point, so I had to put it into a dive to get any kind of firing solution. Targeting one of the little trucks that dived into the water, and I think this time I may just have really not given the JSOW enough time, and so it just faced into the river before it can really get on target. Then back away, come around, targeting another one of these little trucks. Still got 3 JSOWs, so plenty there. Get a good lock on the target. So I was just about overhead. Give myself some distance, turn around and go in. At the same time I order my wingman just to engage random targets. So diving in here, again weapon release, gave it a bit more room this time. And just tracking as it goes in, you can see it's starting to turn, so it does have the coordinates, it is trying to track in those coordinates. Just went back to the plane for a moment just to make sure that the plane wasn't doing anything weird. And unfortunately, it doesn't seem to go for where I was pointing. You can see the splash there, it fell well short. I think what was going on at this point was that because the map had the water level there actually is a negative value because the water, the ground goes under the water there. I think it's actually trying to track the river bed, not the top of the river, and so it was aiming too far vertically downwards. Right. Our other flights are doing some good damage while I'm messing around here. Getting multiple kills on SAM sites. Same time I'm getting more contacts, but they're a good distance away, over 100 miles, so I'm just kind of ignoring them. Messing with the settings a little bit, just to try and re-enter some things. You can see there the ground target hits pouring in as one of our flights is just destroying huge numbers of enemies. So then I'm just trying to reacquire the target. Designate the target. Drifted a little bit while looking at the MFCD. In range, so launch again.
Go get the Chevy. Keep it up, Chevy. Nice shot.
My sir, a Utah man am I. Uzi 1, passing waypoint 1 at 7,000.
And then, so it's following the SLN. All seems good, all seems good.
Good hit, Chevy.
Looked like it should have been a direct hit, but it cut away and I didn't get the kills, so I have no idea what happened there. You see the splash in the water. I don't know if the JSOW failed to detonate and just bounced off the tank. Don't know if the tank already counted as dead. Really not sure what went on there. Right, at this point I'm getting pretty low on fuel. I've still got one JSOW left. Around now, 2 does say that he is bingo fuel, so I send him immediately back. But 2 does what he normally does, and he ejects on the way. He runs out of fuel before he can land. It seems to not quite compute the bingo fuel enough. I think I am going to have to change the loadouts to let him fire missiles quicker and bring more fuel instead. So probably aiming for more Maverick loadouts for my second. Right, that shot then missed completely. It just went straight into the dirt. And so I then RTB since I was Winchester. Here we are, just lining up and landing. I think that's that's Fish ahead there, just circling, waiting his turn. So in terms of what we did, I got the bridge to the strike target and that one infantryman. My wingman did a fair bit more, got a landed Mi-26, an SA-9 and an SA-18 before he crashed and ejected. Fish didn't do anything, didn't actually manage to engage. Hooter got 3 Shilkers, a T-72, a dog ear, 3 APCs and a BDRN, so did really well on cast there. Pickle, as we saw, got that transport and 2 MiG-29s, also picked up 2 MiG-23s. And Trimmer got 2 T-72s, 2 APCs and a BMP. So although I didn't really do much, our wings certainly did a lot of damage there. Anyway, successful mission. We pushed past another sector there. Do let me know what you thought of this slightly longer format when I take more time before and after each target. If you'd like this, I can continue doing this. If you'd prefer to return to the old format, I can absolutely do that. Just let me know. Either way, I hope I catch you in the next one. Until then, remember to be kind to yourself and everyone else. Cheers.